it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and today we're going to run electricity from this main shop into our equipment shed. I think they're about 45 feet apart, so I have 50 foot of conduit right here. When I poured the concrete in this building, I put a conduit sweep into the concrete so that I could later do this project. My electrical needs in the equipment shed aren't that big. I've got a motion light I'm going to install in there. I'm going to put plug-ins along it. Probably set up a battery maintainer in there for equipment. I've got my 2 fuel tanks that run on electric pumps. Right now those are run off a solar panel. I'll probably get them switched where I can just plug them in. I think I'll probably get a block heater for the tractor. So, you know, occasionally I might want to plug in like a corded grinder or something small like that. But for the most part, any major projects are going to be done in the shop. I don't need 220 down there. If we need to run a welder, we'll do it in the shop. So all I'm going to run for now is 1 strand of 10-2. And that carries 30 amps. Put a 30 amp breaker in. Should be plenty of power just for the little bit I need to do. But it will really be nice to have it down there. So anyway, let's get started digging and get this in the ground. So everything passed right there. We should be able to dig with the tractor. Alright, so here's the drain line for the bathroom. Then here's one piece of conduit that I stuck through the concrete. Here's where the other piece comes out. When I had the plumber here and he was running my water lines and putting this freeze proof in, he asked me which one of these conduits was for the electrical and which was for the plumbing. I said it doesn't matter. It'd been, 9 months in between putting these pieces in and planning it and then them coming and doing it. Well, really, I put this one in to be the electrical because it's on that side of the drain. It could run straight across. And we ran the water through that one. So the only effect that has is now we have to have the electrical cross under the drain. So we're getting ready to glue these in. We've got a couple of 45s for the conduit here, which is kind of alright anyway because it gets us down lower. Otherwise that was going to be only 4 or 5 inches down, and I'd rather be the full 12 to 16 inch depth. So we've got these in here to get us started. I've got my friend Jimmy that does fabrication and electrical work for me a lot, and he's got a 1025, and so he's going to try digging this with the 2038R and see how he likes using the front hoe or the back hoe for this trench. Alright, so in this end of the shed I've got all my equipment racks. This rack right here is for the mower deck, and then under it are the refueling stations. You can see right here is where the solar panel comes in from the outside to charge this battery that runs those. So right now this is our walk-up access, so we're going to mount the sub panel right here, because from here that way is going to be another rack system like this for 3-point attachments. So this will be the spot right here where we come up and access that sub panel. So we're going to mark this panel right here below where the solar panel is and steer our conduit right to that. So I had a plan for how I was going to dig this. I was going to start at one end and go towards the other end with the front hoe bucket. And that'll make a trench that's 12 to 16 inches deep. And probably would have been sufficient. But I like to see how other people attack the same problem. And Jimmy's a good operator, so I told him just dig it the way you want. And that let me see another person's perspective on accomplishing the same job. He dug this all out with the bucket, and it looks like it's shallow, but the bottom of that trench was at least 12 inches below grade. And if this was a no traffic area, you probably could have buried the cable just like it was and saved a couple hours of work. But because I'm putting this in conduit and it's lined up where my new building is going to go, we'll probably be driving a lot of heavy equipment over this. So we decided to go ahead and make it deeper, which meant using the backhoe to dig this out further. I'm glad that I had Jimmy dig the first part to see the way he did it, because the next time I want to dig a swale, that's exactly how I will do it. I was planning to dig my swales with the stump bucket, but this way of doing it with the bucket from the side made a nice gradual slope into it and would work perfectly for a drainage swell. So digging this short of a run with a solid structure on each end was a little bit challenging, because we couldn't just dig it all the way across, because then the tractor would be stuck and I couldn't drive it across a trench that is that width and depth. So what we did was dig a section, then put the pipe in, then bury over it, and then dig the next section and just move across one 10-foot stretch at a time, so that we always had a flat spot to drive the tractor across. It worked pretty well once we got our routine down. So I ran 2-inch conduit. Really didn't need to be 2 inches. So we've got a reducer down here to take it down to 1.5 inches. This is our circuit box for inside the shed. We've got this screwed in there. We're going to glue in this short piece of pipe here and then use a reducer. Put that all together, it's 4 inches, which is about a 2x that's already there, then another 2x, and then the metal. And so it should come out about right. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this side in and go get this box mounted on the inside of the shed.
See where we're at.
Okay. I'm going to make a hole there.
It's almost here, I can see it. Alright, we got it. Okay. I'm calling a union brake.
Alright, so the power is connected at this end, it's connected at the other end. All we've done is shut the breaker off. So to finish this off, all I've got to do is snap a couple of breakers in here and then run my plug-ins. I'm going to put 2 motion sensor lights up above and then probably 4 or 5 plug-ins along this wall. Just light duty kind of electrical demand. But I've had a full day already, so all I'm going to do now is put the box blade on the tractor and go up and do a better job of smoothing out where we laid the conduit. So I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. In just a minute you'll see links right here on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.